So the first question is from Sharon, and the question is, I do a lot of MPC business development calls. My question is, I'm struggling with my verbiage on what to say to one, a former client I haven't talked with in a while and really don't have a strong MPC, and two, what to say with no MPC to a brand new client. So let's break those down into two chunks. So step one is what we're finding. It's one of the things we'll teach at our event. What we're finding is that emailing to that same hiring manager, the MPC presentation, closing with what's a good time for us to go into more depth on this candidate is a great strategy. So it's something you can use to get more people on the phone. So it's not about teaching them to get into a dialogue with them in email. It's about getting them on the phone. And we found a lot of people with the MPC approach, most placeable candidate approach for business development, are replying well to email. So I'm not saying, Sharon, stop your calls, because especially if they don't return the email, that's a great way to go in with the same presentation into a voicemail or to try to get them live. And what I would say is, if you don't have that most placeable candidate, I asked this question 20-something years ago when I started. I go, I have got some good candidates, but I don't have a great candidate right now. And then my trainer at the time said, then you go to an OPC, only placeable candidate. And I had some candidates who looked really good on paper, and you'll know that in each one of your niches, right? You know that in each one of your niches. And they might not interview well, but for me, I shouldn't say this, a lot of people do great placing those candidates. To be full disclosure, I was not great placing my MPCs. I was great at getting job orders using an MPC to get into the door. So that's what I would recommend, Sharon, is take that above average candidate that's not quite A+, might be B+, and find their biggest accomplishments as it relates to what you know your hiring managers want to hear about, or the level of technical experience they have, or the technical knowledge, or the alphabet soup, and just use that. Remember, you want to come across as very competent and strong, so you want to have really good languaging around that. And my verbiage was always, if I was getting you on the phone, I'd say, hey, Sharon, in a recent engaged search, by the way, little brackets here, engaged search, you have a signed fee agreement. That's an engaged search. It creates the illusion of deposit, but in a recent engaged search, I uncovered an individual who, fill in the blank with biggest accomplishment. Not, we specialize in the widget space. We started business in 1972 with our founder, and we're third generation. I've just seen these long, most people tune out. Hi, Sharon, Mike Gianta. In a recent engaged search, I uncovered an individual who's 173% of quota over the last year, and 87% of that was new business development. Like, boom, I hit two things a VP of sales wants to hear, right? Find out what that is in your above average candidate and use that to get them on the phone. And I would do that with a brand new client too. Find the best available candidate to market to somebody. One of the things I've done, I've interviewed hiring managers. I've conducted panels with hiring managers. I've conducted panel interviews with HR people, not in my niche, working with some other friends of mine in the recruiting industry over the years. We put together these conferences where we brought our recruiters in to train them. And here's we had a panel. I remember one meeting, this echoes all the other panels I've done. 3 hiring managers, totally different industries, totally different roles, anywhere from a VP to a C-level executive. And then after a break, or the next day, actually, a panel of 3 HR people, directors of HR, director of talent acquisition, VP of HR. Neither one heard the other ones. They were never in the room at the same time. And we said, as recruiters, what do you want to hear on a marketing call? What do you want to hear on a marketing call? And my recent research validates this. Nothing's changed. We want to hear about talent. We want to hear about talent. We might sound annoyed every once in a while, but we always want to hear about talent. We might not get back to you, but we want to hear about talent. Because we talk about, we present talent, you don't call us back. When you present talent, I don't necessarily need it, but I like that I heard about it. So the little subtlety here, Sharon, too, is even if you're leaving it in a voicemail or in an email, you're marketing that you're the source of this type of talent. It's keeping you top of mind even when they don't need you. So Fantastic question. Thank you very much.